Hello and welcome to today's first webinar for our Dynamics CRM User Group. My name is Kristina Felchlin, Support Manager at Ledgeview, and I'll be your host. This user group is for all of our customers who are looking for answers about what is the best way to. You, the users, are driving the content for these groups. By submitting your questions at registration, it allows us to provide the best answer to you and the other attendees. Before I introduce today's speaker, I have just a couple of housekeeping items to cover quickly. First, today's webinar is being recorded and will be available on demand after the live session. All registered attendees will receive an email this afternoon with an access link. Even though we are scheduled for just 30 minutes, we'd love to hear from you during today's presentation. To ensure the best audio quality for our attendees, we will have everyone on listen-only mode. If you have a question, please submit those in the question pane of your GoToWebinar control panel. We will address as many questions at the end as we can. If time does not permit, we will follow up offline. That's our promise to you. Like I mentioned earlier, the best way to submit a question is when registering for the webinars. This will allow us to incorporate them into our presentation. Okay, I'm sure I've eaten up more time than Mike wanted me to have. I'm pleased to announce today's speaker, Michael Dodds, Support Consultant with Ledgeview Partners.
Thank you very much, Kristina. And welcome everyone to our first CRM User Group webinar. I'm really excited to present the Advanced Find topics to you and answer all of your user questions. So thank you very much for attending. Our agenda today is I'm going to go over some navigation changes for CRM 2015 Update 1, an Advanced Find scenario, and then answer your user questions. So to start off with the navigation changes for Microsoft CRM 2015 Update 1. In my opinion, this is a fantastic update and saves users a lot of time clicking and navigating. It puts everything on one screen, so you're very efficient and it saves you time. So to start off with, the 3 lines next to Microsoft Dynamics CRM, that's your main menu. It'll pull up your main sections, sales, service, marketing, whatever your organization happens to have. And then when you click on each of those sections, it will drop down and show you your entities. So for sales, it would show accounts, opportunities, leads, contacts, etc. And then up in the top blue ribbon bar, there's a clock logo, and that's a shortcut to recent work. So it's a quick shortcut jump. Next to it is a plus sign. That's to add additional info and activities very quickly. And then on the far right, where we're going to spend a good chunk of time today, is your Advanced Find search options. It looks kind of like a data table with a filtering icon. So again, I highly recommend 2015 Update 1 as a time saver for users. Okay, let's jump into our Advanced Find scenario. Our scenario today is your marketing team is putting together an invitation to their Milwaukee conference for the company's top tier clients. These are clients with opportunities created within the last 6 months and an annual revenue over $500,000 or have over 250 employees. You've been tasked with putting together a view with the following columns and sharing the view with your marketing manager. You want to have the account name, primary contact, the annual revenue amount, and number of them. Without further ado, let's build this Advanced Find scenario. This is our main screen of CRM 2015 Update 1. If you are still on CRM 2013, your Advanced Find is going to be down here next to the Refresh All section. It'll be a binoculars with written out Advanced Find. For 2015 and 2015 Update 1 CRM versions, it's this symbol up in the right-hand corner next to your name. And we're just going to wait for our Advanced Find to load. And to start off with, we want to make sure we know what we're looking into. We're looking for accounts. So in the Look For section, we want to make sure we have the drop-down set to accounts. And within our account section, we are filtering by 2 items. We are filtering by annual revenue, and we want that annual revenue to be greater than $500,000. and we want our number of employees to be greater than 250. Now, Advanced Find automatically assumes that you want these to be an and situation, meaning the account should have annual revenue over 500,000 and number of employees over 250. In our scenario, we want this to be an either or situation. So we click on this caret drop down next to the item we're looking at, and we click select row for each, and then in our upper ribbon we click group or. So this will give us either $500,000 in annual revenue or greater than 250 employees. Our last filtering criteria was based on opportunities created within the last 6 months. So throughout all of these fields, we have to bypass all of those and go past the related section here and go down to opportunities. So we're looking for the related entity of opportunities associated to account. This will now list all the fields within opportunities. So we want to go to created on, and then we want to go to last X months, and that's going to be 6. So we're looking within the last 6 months. So now we have our filtering criteria set, but we want to make sure we edit our columns so we're showing the correct data. So we go to our Edit Columns feature up in the top ribbon. We're going to wait for it to load. And as you can see, it has a preset determination of columns for accounts. And what we're looking for is account name, primary contact, annual revenue, and number of employees. We already have a nice jump start. We already have account name and primary contact listed, so we don't have to search for those. But main phone number we want to remove. So we highlight it and click the remove button. And then we go to add columns. And we're going to add annual revenue. So we're going to scroll down to annual revenue and number of employees. We're going to check mark each, click OK, and it's going to add those to our columns. It's already set in the correct order for us, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. Now we're going to look at our results. Our marketing manager should actually be quite pleased. We have 27 results. So we're going to go back to Advanced Find, and we're going to save this scenario, or save this Advanced Find. You click on the Save As button, and we're going to save this as Top Tier Clients, Mike D. Click Save. As you can see here in this Use Saved View section, we now have a section called Top Tier Clients Mike D. So we can refer back to this whenever we need to. Now we're going to go to Saved Views, check mark our Top Tier Clients Mike D. Excuse me for 1 second. Unfortunately, our screen has frozen, and sometimes this will happen when you're trying to create a large amount of data. Our computer has finished thinking. It's gotten back up to speed. So we've gotten our Top Tier Clients Mike D set. We're going to click on Share. We're going to go to Add User or Team. Christina wears a lot of hats. She's actually also our marketing manager, also our host. So we're going to click on Select, Add, and now we have Christina selected. We're going to make sure to give her read access, but we want to give her write access in case she needs to change this view in any way. We don't want to give her delete access, so in case she accidentally deletes this, it doesn't remove all of our work. We also want to leave this assigned to us, so we don't want to give her the ability to assign this view to anyone else. But she can share it with her marketing team members in case they need to do any work. So we've given her read, write, and share access. So we're going to click on Share. It will now create this as a personal view for Christina. I highly recommend sending her an email letting her know that you shared this view with her, as the system does not automatically do this. Right, that is our Advanced Find scenario. I have saved here the Advanced Find filtering for this scenario. So if you need to refer back to this at any time, there's your filtering criteria. Before we move on to our user group questions, I want to start with mentioning a company name column addition glitch. When you're looking to add the company name field to a lead view, there's currently a glitch. This is known by Microsoft and they are working on a fix. But in the meantime, there is a workaround. If you sort the field by name within the columns section, so change your sort to field by name, change the record type to parent account for lead, parentheses account, and sort by type. And then you're going to change this record type back to lead and sort by name. This will generally show the company name column. If it's still not showing, switch between sort by name and sort by type approximately 3 times and it will show. For all of you who used to play video games, I know this sounds a lot like one of those old cheat codes, but this does actually work. And that is the workaround. Again, Microsoft is working on this. So let's move on to our questions from the users. Our first question is, how do I update the columns of saved values? Well, what you do is you open the saved view in Advanced Find, and you click on the Edit Columns section. So like we just did in our scenario, you'll come up here, click Edit Columns within your saved view. So that top tier clients might be, we would select that and then go to Edit Columns. If you're doing this for a system view, please note that it will need to be saved as a personal view, as you are unable to adjust columns for system views within the Advanced Find. Our second question from a user is, how do I run a weekly report of changes to the system that shows users, accounts, the type of change, meaning accounts, notes, etc., and the date and time of that change? I want to start off by saying every organization is different, and the solution that will work best for you will vary greatly on your criteria and what you're looking for. But I have 2 great options that can be pursued. Social pane is one that doesn't require any extra work. It is built right into the system. So if you use the social pane, it'll display this information for you, but it is only available on each individual account form. So each account that you want to look this up for, you need to go into their account record and look this information up. Another great course of action is to display all this information you're looking for with multiple accounts, is to have a customized report created. As you are looking for multiple types of information that the system does not readily display, that is what makes it a custom report. One of our users asked, is there a way to create a means to organize documents in the document section of the latest version of CRM now that the list component is gone? The answer is definitely yes, we can still do this. You want to make sure that you're setting up a SharePoint site. And once you set up that SharePoint site, then you can set your document management settings to specify the SharePoint URL. You can specify which entities you want to have the document section available for. One of our users asked, what is the most effective way to track emails and associate them with an account or opportunity? The key to this question is associating them with an account or opportunity. By utilizing CRM for Outlook, you can use the Set Regarding button to link an email message with an account or opportunity record. As you can see here, simply from a new message or from an existing message, you can click on the Set Regarding button, and this will set that association to the account or opportunity. One of our users was asking, does the Advanced Find now search and display close won records? We can definitely do this with an Advanced Find. You would simply start off by setting your look for to opportunities, because that's the main information that we're looking for. you will set your status to equal 1, and you will want to make sure that you edit your columns to show a status column. That way, if you see in our second screenshot, you'll have the records or the results showing the topic name, the status of 1. So you can filter it to only show the 1 opportunities. If you're looking for all closed, you can set it to show 1 and lost. And that status column will really help you distinguish which one is which. One of our users asked, any help on customizing global fields? That's an excellent question. And when it comes to using global option sets, these are a real time saver. The best way to use a global option set is when you plan to use the same option set across multiple entities. This will save you time on setup and future updates. And I'm going to go back into our CRM and I will show you how to create a global option set. So from our main menu, you go into Settings, then Customizations, and then click Customize the System. We're just going to wait for this Customize the System to come up. The reason this will sometimes take a long time is because you're pulling up all the entities and items within your CRM. And right here under the Entity section, we're going to click on Option Sets. And it's going to pull up all existing global option sets that you have. And then there's going to be a section up top here called New. I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and we're going to give it a display name. In this case, we're going to do Payment Accounting Terms. And that's going to be a display name. You will not need to pay attention to the name section. That's a system generated. Your main section you want to look at is display name. Under description, you can add further description if your display name doesn't clearly state what this global option set is for. Then we're going to go into options and we're going to click this plus button. It's going to pop up with item. We're going to change our label to what we would like to display. And we're going to start off with net 30. Very important piece of global option set is this value field. It will start off with this 100 million section, and it's going to create that value. The next time you create one within the same time frame, if you're adding multiple at once, it'll automatically add the next available. So then you can go back in and you can adjust the label to net 15. The key part of this is if you go back in at a later time, say you've had this up and you've been using this option set for months or years, and you need to add a new accounting term that your accounting team has put into place. You want to go through your list and make sure you find the highest value. And when you create your new item, your new option, you want to make sure you add the next value above your highest existing value. So in this case, it would be 100,000,002 would be what I would want to go to. If you don't do this, it can throw an error in the system and your option set will not work the way you'd like it to. We're going to go ahead and click Save and Close. And now your option set is available to use on any form of any entity that you'd like to add this to. You would want to start by publishing all customizations before you move on, just to make sure this displays in the system. In this case, I'm just going to go to Save and Close. And I'm going to bring back up our presentation. Our next user asks, how do I mass delete email attachments? It is possible to delete mass email attachments and their large file attachments. However, you cannot keep the original email and delete the attachment without advanced customization. I'm going to show you in CRM through Advanced Find how to find these large attachments and then delete them. We're going to go back into our Advanced Find. And under Look For, we're going to set this to Email Messages. And then we're going to look for Attachments. Attachments is not a field within the Email Messages. It is actually a related entity. So we'll click Attachments. And then under Attachments, we're going to set File Size is greater than, and then we're going to just choose 500 bytes. It's going to display a lot of options. In most CRMs, this will display a lot of options. So we're going to click Results. In my scenario, we don't have any, but we would want to go in and we would want to select the email attachment that comes up. And then up here in your upper ribbon, you're going to have Delete Email. So you'll highlight the items that you want to delete, click Delete Email. This is a form of bulk deleting these emails with large file attachments. Our next question from a user is how to update saved views. When you search an entity, you can search only within the current save/system view. That is an excellent question. The search functionality currently is only limited to one custom quick find view. And because of that, it will not use the currently selected view to find that information. Now we'd like to get your opinion on how often you would like to see these CRM User Group webinars offered. We're looking at monthly, every other month, or quarterly. All right. Thank you very much for answering that. And we have one more short poll. Looking for what content you'd like to see demonstrated or discussed in the next webinar. So if you'd like more information on views, dashboards, activities, qualifying leads, the opportunity process can be quite tricky sometimes. And then there's always the very important related items. Thank you for your time in answering that question.
Thank you for providing the feedback on those polls. This will help us to determine what we are going to use in future user group webinars. So on behalf of Michael and I and all of us at Ledgeview Partners, we would like to thank you for being part of the user group meeting today. These webinars are designed to help you, our customers, with your CRM questions. So thank you to those who submitted your questions. If we didn't get to your questions, be assured that our support team will follow up with you this week. We do have a couple of them out there right now. I don't know if Michael, if you want to take a peek and see.
Thank you very much, Christina. I just wanted to read a couple of the questions here to make sure I could get an answer for them. One of the questions that we have is, what do you do if you have a shared view and the person that shared it no longer works for the company, and we would like to delete the user that originated the share. If you're looking to continue to share that item, you'll be able to still share that information is if you look back to our scenario where I was giving Kristina access, if they gave you shared access when they set up the view for you and shared it with you, then you can continue to share that view with others and you will not have an issue when deleting that user. If you were not given the share feature, you will still have the view, but you will not be able to share that with others once they have left the company. So to answer that question, there's a couple different scenarios you can go with. It depends on what you're looking to do with that view. But if it's all going to be based on that security level for the view that they set for you. Our next question is, for Advanced Find, cannot conditions be added in the new version or as a planned future? You can definitely use not. You can set it to, for example, you can set the owner to not equal a specific user. It's going to be in that scenario. I'm actually going to jump on here real quick back to our Advanced Find, and I'm going to give you an example. So if I'm in accounts and I want to look for all accounts throughout our company, but I know Kristina doesn't have any accounts because she's the marketing manager, I can simply select her, but I want to make sure that after owner, I set the qualifying event to does not equal. So that way the owner will not equal Kristina Felchlin. You can use these for many different scenarios. You just want to look in the second column and make sure it says does not equal or does not contain. So if you're not 100% sure of what the title is, you can simply say does not contain if you know part of the title that you're looking for. For example, opportunity topic. If you only know portions of it, you can just say does not contain. Definitely, you can do the question that is, what about predefined time periods like last week? Definitely. That kind of goes back to our Advanced Find scenario. So if you're looking for an account created on, you can do last X days, last X hours, months, years, etc. So if you're looking to do not within a certain time period, that actually is not a functionality. You can only set it to be within a certain time. But to get around that, please set a time period. So it's to look during a specific time period, and then you won't actually be pulling data from that specified time period that you're looking for. That's all the time we have for questions. Please be assured that myself and the support team will get back to you on any questions we did not answer. I want to thank you so much for attending, and have a great rest of your day.